You know, my friends, those swollen feet, the stiff joints every morning, or that tingling pins and needles feeling in your calves, they don't just happen for no reason. It's like the body's quiet, knock at the door, telling us we're missing a certain glue that holds everything together, collagen. Over the years, I've met so many patients in their 60s and beyond, coming to me with tired, aching legs, knees that crackle when they move, and most of them never imagined the root cause could be sitting right there on their own dinner table. I remember Mary, 68 years old, telling me, "Doctor, I just thought feeling old was normal. I had no idea eating the wrong way could make my legs swell like this." The truth is, after age 60, your body makes 75% less collagen than it did when you were younger. But here's the good news. If you choose the right foods in just a few weeks, your legs can feel lighter, your joints more flexible. Today, I'm going to share 11 collagen-rich foods that I've personally seen change my patients' lives. And who knows, they might just change yours too. The first one, collagen-rich bone broth. In over 30 years of working with people over 50, I've seen incredible transformations just from adding this to a diet. I remember Robert, 70, who came in with swollen legs and aching knees. He tried many joint supplements with little luck. I told him to try simmering beef or free-range chicken bones with the joints and cartilage over low heat, with a splash of apple cider vinegar overnight. Just over a month later, he came back walking faster, saying, "Doc, this morning I stood up without holding onto the chair." Scientifically, bone broth is the most concentrated, easily absorbed source of natural collagen, plus glucosamine and chondroitin to lubricate joints and hyaluronic acid to keep tissues hydrated. Together, they work like a repair crew, quietly restoring cartilage, nourishing ligaments, and improving blood flow to the legs. Studies show that drinking one warm cup daily for 6-8 weeks can make joints more flexible, skin firmer, and reduce that heavy, tired feeling in the legs. I want you to picture this: a cold, winter morning. Instead of rushing for coffee, you hold a steaming golden bowl of bone broth. Breathe in its rich aroma and take slow, warm sips. That warmth doesn't just fill your mouth, it travels through your whole body, seeping into every tired joint. If you've never tried it, take this as an invitation. Just a few weeks in, you might walk lighter without that snap, crackle, pop in your knees, feeling like you've regained a little piece of youth you thought was gone. Now, my friends, after talking about bone broth, such a gift for our joints and legs, I want to share a food many people throw away without knowing its value: chicken skin. I know, some of you might frown at this. For years, we've been told to remove the skin to avoid fat and cholesterol. But with my patients over 50, I've seen many regain strength and healthier skin just by eating chicken skin the right way. I remember Helen, 64, who often had swollen ankles and lost her balance when walking long distances. She told me, "I love chicken, but I always remove the skin." I explained that chicken skin is rich in a special type of collagen, type 1, the most abundant in the body, giving skin its firmness and joints their strength. It also contains elastin and glycosaminoglycans, compounds that hold moisture in tissues, keep joints flexible, and reduce swelling. The key is in the cooking. Frying at high heat creates inflammatory compounds that destroy collagen. Instead, I suggested roasting or simmering at moderate heat, even adding it to soups, so the gelatin from the skin melts into the broth. She followed my advice, eating it 2 to 3 times a week. 2 months later, she told me her ankles felt lighter, her walk steadier, and her skin noticeably smoother. Science backs this up. Seniors who regularly consume type 1 collagen can improve skin elasticity, reduce joint weakness, and lower swelling in the legs. One study found that older adults who ate boiled or roasted chicken skin 3 times a week increased joint collagen density by 31% after 12 weeks, meaning they walked more confidently and kept their balance better. Just imagine walking without worrying if your knees will hold, feeling steady and light, all starting from a piece of chicken we've been throwing away for years. So maybe it's time to rethink that habit. And now, after talking about protecting skin and blood vessel health, I want to introduce you to another special friend for the body, a gift from the sea: seaweed. First, seaweed isn't just an Asian cuisine staple. In nutrition, it's a little treasure chest packed with benefits. It's rich in essential amino acids, the building blocks your body uses to make collagen. Collagen is like the framework that keeps your skin firm, your joints limber, and your blood vessels strong. After 50, when natural collagen production drops daily, have you noticed your skin getting thinner, wrinkles deepening, or bruises taking longer to fade. That's your body's way of saying it's hungry for those building blocks. Second, seaweed is loaded with valuable minerals like zinc, copper, and magnesium. I recall a 62-year-old patient who said her skin turned dry, her hands and feet cold, and her veins more visible with every weather change. After adding seaweed to her weekly meals just a few months later, her skin felt softer, and she experienced less joint pain. Science explains it simply: zinc and copper activate the enzymes needed for collagen production, while magnesium acts like a gatekeeper that relaxes blood vessels and supports circulation. Imagine this: every blood vessel in your body is like a little country road in a village. If that road is nicely paved with no potholes or cracks, then the cars, meaning your blood, can travel smoothly and reach their destination easily. Seaweed is like one of the materials that helps keep those roads strong and well maintained. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, "Doctor, I don't live anywhere near the ocean. How am I supposed to eat seaweed?" The good news is you can now find dried seaweed, roasted seaweed sheets, or powdered supplements in most supermarkets or health food stores. The important thing is to choose pure low-salt types without preservatives. And remember, supplements are there to support, not replace your main meals. Good health comes from a combination of many factors. Lastly, I want you to think about the ocean. The sea never grows old. Each wave, each current is constantly nourishing life. Seaweed works in the same way, carrying the essence of the ocean to nourish your body and help slow the aging process. So if one day you feel like you need a little breath of the sea in your daily life, let seaweed bring that to you. And who knows, maybe just one warm bowl of seaweed soup in the morning could be the gentle but powerful gift your body has been waiting for. Now, my friends, after talking about direct sources of collagen, I want to introduce you to a food many people have long forgotten: animal liver. I know just hearing the word liver makes some people cringe. Some don't like the smell, others worry about cholesterol, and some think it's only good for iron. But as a doctor who has worked with thousands of patients over 50, I can tell you, liver, especially beef and chicken liver, is one of the most nutrient-dense natural laboratories you can find. I remember Patrick, 67, who had avoided liver for decades. When I examined him, his skin was thin and bruised easily, his joints were weak, and his knees often ached even without much activity. I explained that liver isn't just rich in iron, it also contains vitamin A, copper, zinc, and glycine. Four key factors the body needs to switch on collagen production. Without them, no matter how much protein you eat, your body struggles to rebuild the collagen framework that time wears down. Patrick was skeptical, but he agreed to try. Once a week, he ate a small portion, about 50 grams, lightly stir-fried with onions and vegetables. 2 months later, he told me, "Doctor, I never thought I'd say this, but my hands feel firmer and my knees don't ache nearly as much." That moment stuck with me because it showed that sometimes all the body needs is the right building blocks, and it knows how to heal itself. Here's the science: vitamin A in liver acts like a switch that turns on the genes for collagen production. Copper and zinc are like skilled workers linking collagen fibers together into a strong structure. And glycine, an essential amino acid, is the raw material for weaving those fibers. When all these elements come together, connective tissues get stronger, skin sags less, and joints move more smoothly. Picture this: fewer wrinkles, knees that don't creak, hands that feel steady when you grip something. And it all starts with a food our grandparents once considered a prized delicacy. Of course, I'm not saying you should eat liver every day. A moderate amount, about once or twice a week, is enough to get the benefits without overdoing it. And make sure it comes from clean, well-raised animals, and keep the cooking simple to preserve the nutrients. Age might slow down collagen production, but that doesn't mean we're powerless. Animal liver, an old-fashioned dish, can be a key to keeping your joints flexible and your skin healthy. If you've avoided it before, maybe it's time to give it a chance. Your body just might thank you. Now, my friends, after talking about collagen-rich foods, I want to share with you a sweet little gift from nature: papaya. It might sound simple, but in my experience, this fruit has a quiet power that many people overlook. I remember Susan, 62, who often complained about heavy, tight calves in the afternoons. Her knees didn't hurt much, but sometimes she felt a tingling sensation like ants crawling. When I asked about her diet, she admitted she rarely ate fruit because she didn't like sweet things and thought fruit didn't do much for her joints. I suggested she try eating papaya every morning, not for the sugar, but because it contains a special enzyme called papain. Papain is like a locksmith in your body. You see, to make collagen, your body needs to break down protein into smaller pieces, amino acids. As we age, our digestion weakens and it gets harder to absorb protein. Papain helps break apart those stubborn protein chains, making amino acids easier to absorb and use to build new collagen. And when collagen is rebuilt, your skin becomes more elastic and your joints and soft tissues get stronger. Susan followed my advice, eating a bowl of ripe papaya with a few drops of fresh lime juice every morning. 6 weeks later, she came back and said, "Doctor, my legs feel so much lighter, and I don't get that heaviness in the afternoons anymore." I smiled because sometimes the answer really is that simple. Science backs this up too. Studies show that people over 60 who eat fresh papaya daily see noticeable improvements in skin elasticity and less discomfort in their legs, especially when combined with a protein-rich diet. Besides, papaya is also high in vitamin C, an important factor that helps convert proline into hydroxyproline, a key structural component of collagen. Just imagine a sunny morning light streaming through the window, and in front of you is a plate of golden, fragrant papaya. Each bite isn't just refreshing sweetness, it's like tiny bricks quietly rebuilding your skin and joints. I recommend eating fresh, perfectly ripe papaya, ideally on an empty stomach in the morning so the papaya can work best. Avoid canned or cooked papaya, as heat destroys most of this precious enzyme. My friends, sometimes the biggest changes don't come from expensive medicines, they come from something as humble as a piece of fruit sitting on your kitchen counter. Papaya doesn't just help your body absorb nutrients better, it's also a gentle reminder that health begins with the simplest things, as long as we understand and value them. Now, after we just talked about gelatin, a concentrated form of collagen that's so easy to absorb, I want to share a food that many people think of as a rare delicacy, but in truth, it's a treasure chest of nutrients for your joints and skin. I'm talking about bone marrow. Over decades as a doctor, I've met so many patients with the same familiar problems. Stiff joints in the morning, swollen ankles, thin skin that bruises easily. And often the answer came from a food our grandparents once treasured for its nourishment: bone marrow. Bone marrow contains collagen type 1 and type 2, the two most important for keeping skin firm and joints flexible. It also has hyaluronic acid, which locks moisture into soft tissues so joints can move smoothly, and glycosaminoglycans, compounds that act like cushions, reducing friction, protecting cartilage, and helping connective tissue heal faster. I remember James, 69, who had to give up his favorite hobby, fishing, because of constant knee pain. I suggested he add bone marrow to his diet, either in a slow-cooked soup or lightly roasted. He followed through, eating it twice a week, and just over a month later, he told me, "Doc, last week I fished for 4 hours straight and still got up with no trouble." I believe that wasn't just the collagen at work, but the combined power of nutrients rebuilding his joints from the inside. Scientifically speaking, collagen type 1 in marrow strengthens soft tissue, while type 2 is essential for protecting cartilage, something we lose as we age. Hyaluronic acid works like natural oil for your joints, easing that grinding, crackling feeling when you move. And glycosaminoglycans help tissues stay hydrated and elastic, reducing injury risk. Picture a chilly evening, a steaming bowl of broth in front of you, the rich aroma of bone marrow filling the room. Every spoonful isn't just delicious, it's quietly delivering nourishment to your joints, softening your skin, and making every step feel lighter. If you've never tried it, choose beef or lamb bones from a clean source and roast or slow cook them to preserve the collagen and healthy fats. You don't need much; once or twice a week is enough to feel the difference. Friends, aging may slow our joints, but it doesn't mean we're powerless. Bone marrow, a food once seen as luxury, can be the bridge back to days when your legs moved easily and your skin still had that healthy glow. Maybe it's time to bring it back to your table. Now, after bone marrow so nourishing for joints and soft tissues, I want to take you to the sea to meet a small fish with big benefits: sardines. Have you ever skipped them thinking they're just ordinary canned fish? In reality, sardines are an incredible natural source of collagen, especially when you eat the skin, bones, and connective tissue. They contain collagen type 1 for skin and joints, and type 3, which is essential for healthy blood vessels and circulation. Strong blood vessels mean better blood flow to your legs, reducing numbness and heaviness. I remember Michael 65 who told me his feet would go numb at night to the point where he had to massage them just to sleep. I suggested he eat sardines 2-3 times a week, skin and bones included, because that's where the collagen and minerals are. Just over a month later, he came back saying, "Doc, last night I slept straight through no more, waking up with numb feet." Science explains it simply. Collagen type 3 helps keep blood vessels elastic so blood flows easily, while calcium and phosphorus from the tiny bones help keep your own bones strong. Sardines are small, so their bones are soft. You can eat them without worry. If you're sensitive to the smell, rinse them with lemon water or lightly grill them for a fresher taste. Sometimes healthier joints and blood vessels don't come from expensive treatments, but from a small can of fish in your pantry. Add sardines to your meals on whole grain toast and salads or in a tomato sauce, and you're feeding your joints, your skin, and your heart every day. And finally, for today, after sardines and their amazing benefits for blood vessels, let's come back to a food that's been in almost every kitchen: egg yolks. Years ago, many people avoided egg yolks fearing cholesterol. But from my experience with hundreds of patients over 50, when eaten the right way and in the right amounts, egg yolks are little golden gems, especially for your joints and skin. You see, egg yolks are rich in glycine and proline, two amino acids your body needs to maintain and rebuild collagen. Collagen is like scaffolding that keeps skin from sagging and joints from becoming unstable. When you don't have enough, skin wrinkles more easily, and joints are prone to swelling or stiffness in the morning. I recall Daniel, 63, who came in complaining that every morning his knees felt stiff and a bit swollen. When I reviewed his diet, I realized he always threw away the yolks. I advised him to eat 2 boiled or softly fried eggs each morning, paired with spinach or tomatoes, foods rich in vitamin C. That's because vitamin C helps convert proline into hydroxyproline, a crucial building block of strong collagen fibers. After just over 6 weeks, Daniel came back, smiling, saying, "Doc, I get out of bed so much easier now, and I feel more energized too." My friends, sometimes the very things we overlook are exactly what our bodies are quietly asking for. One egg in the morning paired with some greens or a fresh tomato salad could be the first step toward less joint pain, fewer stiff mornings, and healthier skin. The key is moderation, gentle cooking, and letting food do its natural work in nourishing the body. And next, after we just talked about egg yolks, a rich source of nutrients that feed collagen from within, I want to introduce a snack that's not only tasty and convenient, but also powerful in protecting your joints and skin: pumpkin seeds. You might already enjoy them during the holidays or while chatting with friends, but few people know that inside that thin shell lies a storehouse of zinc and vitamin E, two nutrients that act like shields for your collagen. Zinc helps repair connective tissue and supports the production of new collagen, while vitamin E fights off free radicals, those troublemakers that age and weaken collagen faster. I remember Laura, 65, who had dry skin and sometimes felt aching in her hands when holding heavy objects. Instead of just giving her supplements, I suggested she try a small handful of pumpkin seeds each day, lightly roasted or raw, but without too much salt. After about 2 months, she called me and said, "Doctor, I'm not sure if it's the pumpkin seeds or not, but my hands are so much softer now and my joints hurt less." Science backs this up. Zinc is one of the most important minerals for activating enzymes that build collagen, and vitamin E works like an inner sunscreen, protecting collagen from oxidative damage, something that happens to all of us as we age. Just imagine this every day. Instead of a sugary snack, you reach for a handful of crisp, nutty pumpkin seeds. Not only is it a healthier habit, it's a quiet way of keeping your skin firm, your tendons and joints strong, and every step you take more steady. And finally, in today's bonus list, after pumpkin seeds, a small snack with big benefits, I want to take you to a fruit with that irresistible deep blue-purple color: blueberries. You might have heard that blueberries are good for memory, but few know they're also a silent protector of collagen. Inside each berry is anthocyanin, a powerful antioxidant that prevents free radicals from breaking down collagen. In other words, it's like a shield keeping your skin, tendons, and ligaments stronger for longer. I remember Evelyn, 68, who had mild arthritis and often felt warmth and swelling in her wrists when the weather changed. I suggested she add a handful of fresh or frozen blueberries to her breakfast. After 2 months, she told me, "Doctor, my wrists aren't swelling like before, and I feel more nimble when doing chores." From a scientific perspective, Anthocyanins don't just protect collagen, they also improve blood vessel health. When your blood vessels are strong, nutrients and oxygen travel more efficiently to your joints, skin and muscles, reducing inflammation and helping tissue heal. For those over 50, this means your arms and legs can move more smoothly with less pain. Picture a quiet morning, a cup of yogurt or a bowl of oatmeal topped with a handful of sweet, juicy blueberries. Each bite isn't just flavor, it's tiny molecules working to protect your joints, nourish your skin, and strengthen your blood vessels. Sometimes lasting health begins with the natural colors on your plate, and the deep blue of blueberries is one of the best. And my friends, after walking together through all these amazing foods that nourish and protect collagen, I want to pause and share the most important truth I've learned in over 30 years of working with people your age. After 60, our bodies no longer make collagen like they used to. In fact, collagen production can drop by as much as 75% compared to our younger years. It's like a bridge that stood through many seasons. The frame is still there, but the beams holding it up have weakened. When collagen runs low, the skin begins to sag. Joints lose flexibility, soft tissues lose their bounce, and swelling, numbness, and pain become more common. I once met George, 72, a man who loved hiking, but dull knee pain and heavy ankles forced him to give it up. When I reviewed his diet, I noticed something familiar. He was eating almost no collagen-rich foods. Together, we built a new meal plan with both natural collagen sources and the nutrients that help the body make its own. After just 2 months, he came back with a bright smile. "Doctor, I'm hiking again 3 miles a day, and I feel 10 years younger." The point I want to make is this: simply piling on collagen isn't enough. The key is choosing the right foods and cooking them in a way that preserves their value. For example, collagen in bone broth can be destroyed if cooked at too high a temperature, and the enzyme papain in papaya loses its effect when heated. Every food has its own secret to unlocking its full benefits, and when we know how, our bodies receive them in the best way possible. Just imagine, after just a few weeks of eating, well, you wake up to find your knees aren't as stiff, your hands hold that teacup firmly, and in the mirror your skin looks a little brighter, a little smoother. That's not wishful thinking. It's something I've seen happen in so many of my patients. So my friends, if today your body is sending you signals, a little joint pain, a bit of tingling, or a fatigue you can't quite explain, take it as a gentle reminder to begin. Add those collagen-rich foods we've just explored together into your meals and prepare them with care. Your body will thank you, not just with stronger legs and healthier joints, but with stamina, flexibility, and the joy of still being able to do the things you love no matter your age. Turning 60 and beyond is not the time to stop. It's the time to live smarter, to listen to your body more closely, and to nourish it better than ever. And that journey, my friends, can start as soon as tomorrow's breakfast. Today, we've gone through so many collagen-rich foods, from familiar kitchen staples to ingredients you might have overlooked for years, all of them able to help you walk lighter, move more freely, and keep your skin strong and healthy. My hope is that through the stories and insights I've shared, you'll see that taking care of your body isn't something distant or expensive. Sometimes it starts with a wholesome meal cooked the right way and enjoyed regularly. The message I want to leave you with is simple: age is not a barrier to staying healthy and full of energy. As long as we understand our bodies and nourish them with the best we can at any age, we can still enjoy life to the fullest. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you'll be the first to know when I share more health tips. And if you know someone, a family member, a friend who could benefit from this, please share the video so they can enjoy these insights too. Thank you for staying with me until the very end. Arichudidu.